Alright guys, so we are here for the penultimate round of the AOR PS4 Tier 2 League here for the American Grand Prix, and apologies if you can hear rain on my conservatory roof because it's currently raining and I can't help that, sorry about that. So hopefully my commentary is still pretty clear, but we are here for the short qualifying, and as you can see there, it is going to be another full wet race, and I was pretty annoyed about that because I've been practicing mostly in the dry and my pace is looking really good in the dry, but I am pretty good on this game in the wet, and it's probably been my best F1 game in the wet, so I wasn't too annoyed, but seeing as I've done all my practice in the dry, it was a bit annoying. But on my qualifying lap here, heading through the turn 1 hairpin, and this is a really important race for us in the championship because if you read the description of the AOR Japan highlights, you would have seen that I got awarded a 10-second time penalty for my collision with GR Demon, and that put me down to 7th, so we now have a 1-point championship lead heading into this round with 2 rounds remaining, so we have to beat Dan here today and try and get the best result possible without taking any unnecessary risks. But so far this lap has been pretty good. We've gone purple in sector 1, we've currently got GR Demon on pole as we take as much curb there as possible without cutting the corner. Now opening the DRS as early as possible. Down the long back straight, you can see that my first lap has put me in P2 behind Demon, so hopefully in this lap we can improve enough to take back P1. And that corner wasn't taken perfectly. Don't get on the curve on the exit because you'll get much more wheel spin, but it's still purple at the moment, so it's looking good. Short shifting up into 3rd, now 4th, and heading into this difficult left hand corner. Short shifting up through the gears on the exit because you get loads of wheel spin there. Now heading through this fast, well, it has 3 apexes there. It's sort of like Turkey turn 8 if you remember that, some of you guys, but round turn 19 now, heading into the final corner. Got yellow flags, I don't know why that is, but short shifting up to 4th, DRS open as early as you can, and across the line that goes P1 with that. And I was thinking, right, that lap's going to be good enough surely for my first AOR pole, but you can see Clay has beaten me to it, and I was really annoyed because I've had 5 wins before this race and no pole positions and something like 16 podiums in AOR. But you can see getting into the race now, 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go for the penultimate round of the AOR PS4 Tier 2 League, and it's a decent start so far. You can see Clay's gone defensive heading towards turn 1. We're going to go around the outside, we don't want to let Demon past, and we're going to hold on to P2 for the moment, so that is a decent start, but you can see visibility is pretty poor, and I was wanting to get past Clay as quickly as possible and try and get away at the front and hopefully build up a big championship lead heading into the finale, which is Brazil in, well, next week, or this week, because I'm commentating on it on a Tuesday. I'm struggling to even think what day it is, but yeah, it is a Tuesday. And you can see we are still behind Clay at the moment, but there was yellow flags temporarily, if I can say that word properly, but still P2, Demon behind, and we're just getting used to these conditions at the moment. And you can see Clay's gone a tiny bit wide, but we've sort of followed him wide a bit there, and we're going to have to try and get into the slipstream down the straight and try and take the lead. This is probably our best option, seeing as DRS is still working, sorry, not DRS, slipstream is still working, because on this game when someone leaves the session, the slipstream can sometimes be removed. And you can see we're going to go around the outside of Clay on the brakes. Can we make it? No, we can't. So it's still P2 for the moment. You can see Demon's quite close behind us, and we don't want to let him through. And yeah, it's still P2. Clay's doing a pretty good job at holding P1 for the moment. We're going to take a wide line here, and Demon dives up the inside, and we have to take evasive action of that pretty aggressive move. But it was a good move from him, and he gets through into P2, and we've got Pitmat next to us here, but we're able to hold on to P3 with 13 people in this race, which is nowhere near as much as it was like at the start of the season. You had like 20 people, sometimes 22, and we're going to go up the inside here on lap 5 of Demon, and I followed these two for the first 5 laps of the race, and I was just hoping to get a move done, but I didn't want to take any risks. And you can see I got past Demon, but I got poor traction. He's got back through, but now I'm in the DRS. Sorry, not the, I keep saying that, the slipstream, I mean, sorry about that guys. So I lock up there, and I actually thought at the time I was going to go past Clay as well by accident, even though I slightly outbrake myself. You can see Demon's got back through again. We're going to do the switch back here to try and take back P2, but no, he's got the inside line for this left-hander here, and I need to stop making mistakes about slipstream DRS, because DRS is not allowed in these conditions. But you can see Demon is trying to get through on Clay at the moment. He's going around the outside as we set the purple second sector of this lap, and he's going right round the outside here to take P1. And at this moment I was thinking, I've got to get past Clay now to try and stick with Demon to have any chance of winning this race. So that is what I did. You can see onto lap 7 in the slipstream. We're going to go up the inside on the brakes into this 90-degree left-hander at the end of the back straight to take P2 back, and Clay has gone from pole to third and we've stayed second. Demon has gone from third to first. So at this moment I was trying to catch him, and I'm sorry if I sound funny again today, guys. I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm sorry about that. But you can see we're not really catching Demon at the moment, but heading on to lap 10 you can see we're right with him now, heading through this lovely sector 1. I love this sector of this track. It's one of my favourite tracks on the game, probably my second favourite to Silverstone. And you can see it's a purple sector 1 at the moment. And yeah, I was just shadowing him at the moment, not making any moves, because all the moves I was going to try and make were probably going to be unnecessary to risk, seeing as I'm the championship leader and Dan is quite far down, and I believe he had a crash which was caused by lag, and that's pretty much ruined his chances for this race. So it's good for us at the moment. We don't need to do what we did in Japan and take Demon out and get a penalty, and hopefully there won't be any safety cars. You would have seen a virtual safety car just there, but hopefully there will be no proper safety cars. We head into the pits now, and I decided to make the undercut because I was originally going to pit on lap 14, but I decided to go for lap 13 because I couldn't get past Demon. So I thought the undercut is the best option. As now heading down the pit lane, we've got to have a really good out lap, and hopefully he's going to have a poor in lap because he's going to be pitting at the end of this lap. So let's do the best we can on this out lap to hopefully try and take the lead and take the win and get as big of a lead as possible heading into Brazil, to make it more of a relaxed race than it being very stressful. I don't want to be in that situation, if I'm honest. So you can see I've just got out in front of my teammate there, and that was pretty important because I didn't want to come out behind him and have to overtake him. So we need a good out lap here. You can see I've gone into rich fuel mix to try my best to set a great out lap, and Demon will be coming in at the end of this lap, and it's a good first sector so far. But you can see the virtual safety car is out, and I was thinking that's kind of ruined my chances to set a really good out lap and try and get a gap to Demon. But you'll see here, as the safety car is ending, it's a glitch on the game again, where you can basically accelerate, and you can see I've got a negative delta there, but you can see I don't get any penalty for it, and I found out that glitch, so I may as well make the most of it. I know other people in this league do the same thing because I've seen them catch me before. But Demon is in the pits this lap. We are currently in P5 with some people who haven't pitted yet, and you can see, let's see where he's going to be. You can see him on the mini-map. He's now in P4, but we have taken that place now into P4, now P3, and you'll see that my teammate has also got through and passed him as well. So I thought that is the perfect scenario for us, because we have done the undercut and I've got my teammate behind me to help me, and hopefully he's going to hold him up as well. So you can see onto lap 15 now, P3, set the fastest lap of the race. Clay is still in the lead because he hasn't pitted yet, and I actually didn't realise this is allowed in these conditions, but you can actually do a zero stop, if that was the right terminology. But yeah, he hasn't pitted and he's not going to pit in this race, and I didn't realise you could do that on this game. I thought you had to pit. But you can see Demon set the fastest lap of the race, and he was actually slowly catching me, about 4 or 5 tenths a lap, so I was getting a bit worried. But then I heard my team radio say, don't worry about the car behind, he has a time penalty. So I realised even if he gets through, I just need to stick 3 seconds behind him. But you can see now onto lap 25, we have caught up with Clay, who's probably got some very, very worn out wet tyres now because he hasn't pitted. And I genuinely thought you couldn't do that, but turns out you can. I'll learn from that in the future, but I don't think it's a quick enough way to do it anyway. I believe one stop in these conditions is probably the quickest way to do it. You can see Clay is going very, very defensive here as we are trying to get through, and Demon is now catching us because of it. And Clay was desperate for his 3rd win in a row because he won in Italy and Japan as well, so he's changed his gamer tag for this race. He was previously known as the 4 Chicks, but now it's Clay. So you can see he's going defensive here into the final corner, and we're going to switch back up the inside into the final corner. Can we make the move? And we've got through, but there's a bit of contact there, and you can see he's got better traction than me. He's on the racing line, and oh god, he lost the car in there and almost took us out. And I was wondering what he was doing there. I got very worried there. I thought I was going into the wall because of the contact model on this game. But you can see we're going around the outside of turn 1 to take the lead here on lap 26, and that was a pretty good move. I was really happy with that. And we are now in P1 out of 10 drivers left in this race, and all I've got to do from here is not get any penalties, and I should be able to win this race. At this stage of the race I only had 1 warning for corner cutting, so that was pretty good for this track. It's pretty easy to corner cut around here, but we shouldn't get any penalties. It's now into the final corner, 9 people remaining in this race, but we are going to cross the line to take victory here in the penultimate race of the AOR PS4 Tier 2 League to extend our championship lead to 16 points because Dan finished in P5, and that was a great race. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you very soon for whatever my next video may be. So goodbye guys.